Sitting like this is absolute torture right now because I've done leg day for the first time in a very long time, and my legs are absolutely dead. They're so painful. But I do not fear the pain because the person that I am is a flame keeper, and you are too. And let me talk about what I mean, somebody being a flame keeper. Hello and welcome to Productively Mindful. My name is ailandas.sulcas and I talk about everything mindfulness and spirituality several times a week. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the content that I post on a regular basis. If you do enjoy this content as well, make sure you like it because it helps me grow my channel and get to a broader audience so I can share my message to even more people so everybody can be happy. Yes. So, an idea of a flame keeper. What is that idea? Somebody being a flame keeper. What is your task as a flame keeper? It's a bit of a creativity exercise that I've done, I guess, and it kind of popped into my mind that we are essentially like flame keepers. And it's literally in the name. We are the keepers of our flame. Now, our flame can be big or small, wide or narrow, can be a flame tornado, can be whatever you want to call it or imagine it as, because it all depends on our energy. Our flame, the way it looks, the way it feels, how warm it is, how cold it is, all these attributes depend on how we look after our flame, our energy. Fundamentally, if we think about everything that is a building block of life, it is energy, it is vibration, it is a function in a field, right? And the more we get closer to understanding our true nature, who we are, where we come from, getting really acquainted with the inner deepness of who you are, will start giving you a different perspective of life is. And for me, the way I see myself and everybody else in this world is that we are simply flames. And we keep our flames. Those flames cannot be touched by anything in this physical world because if we get hurt, it can affect the flame in terms of like what it's going to look like, but it's never going to put out the flame because the flame is your energy, the essence of who you are. The essence of who you are is untouchable. However, awareness itself, which is who you are, does get affected by events because it becomes increasingly aware of reoccurring events, painful events, situations that might cause you harm and hardship. The awareness is aware of all these things, and the flame changes based on the effects of these things. So, what do we want to do to make sure that we maintain our flame to the highest degree? And why is it important to do so? What we want to do to look after our flame is approach life mindfully. It is as simple as that in concept. As I like to say, it's easy, it's simple in concept, but very hard to execute. It is difficult. Just making fun of myself. But in essence, you want to listen mindfully. You want to talk mindfully. You want to make mindful decisions. You want to create mindful action, mindful perception of the world. Everything that you do is supposed to be mindful. If it's not, then everything that we do gets affected by another criteria, another piece of evaluation that we did for the situation or the event or experience that was completely unnecessary. That's where anxiety can come in. That's where fear can come in. That's where we start questioning our decisions. That's when we stop believing our gut feeling, which is a very powerful feeling that we have, usually correct, because it's not just that our gut's speaking to us. There's also a big amount of energy that's being kept there because of a ton of our nerve cells being there. But all these things are additionals to how we live our life. Whereas if we mindfully approached everything, we would be true to ourselves, first of all. And second of all, we would be true to reality unfolding in front of us. So that's why mindfulness is so important in terms of how we approach our life, right? If we approach life fully and truly mindfully, then we will experience life for what it is. So in essence, the practice itself is not difficult, right? You just need to be aware of everything that you do, which is why we do stuff like meditation. So we become increasingly aware of the present moment. We develop the ability to be fully in whatever is happening. That's why people that practice meditation, for example, and mindfulness, if you speak to them, perhaps it might be the first time where you would feel like, oh my God, I've been really listened to. I've been really heard, and thank you so much. People get a lot of pain and suffering alleviation just by somebody listening to them mindfully, right? Truly being in the moment. So that is why we want to practice mindfulness. Be mindful, right? The mindful approach to life is going to keep our flame very healthy, very big, very strong, and it's going to affect our energy positively, right? Which is the representation of what the flame looks like. And the reason why we want to be keepers of this flame, the reason why we want to keep the flame and look after it, is because not only do you start living a healthier life, both with your mind and your body, you build a connection that's much stronger than you had before, but you also do the same for everyone else and everything else. Things that you might have not appreciated before will make a lot more sense to you and will be a lot more significant, because now when you're observing the world mindfully, you are completely in the act of observing, and you notice all these little details, the things that you might have missed before, all these extra sensations that are coming into your system will make you feel like, oh my God, I've been missing out on this world completely. And that's why kids are so good at appreciating the world, because everything is new. But once we get familiar with it, we don't appreciate it as much, so we just oversee things. But a mindful approach towards your flame, towards yourself, will allow you to spread that warmth of the flame across so many other people. And the heat of that flame might rekindle the flame that somebody else has lost, might increase the warmth of their flame. And it is a chain effect. Once your energy becomes so pure, so powerful, so authentic, so full of love, all the other flames will get affected, because the energy doesn't just stay here. The energy is radiating out of you. That's why when you sometimes walk into a room with a certain person, you might instantly feel like, oh, that person is, I don't want to stay close to them. That's because their energy is so low frequency that it's just disturbing your field of peace. And when we practice these practices of mindfulness, meditation, just being mindful about everything we do, being super in the moment, we build this good energy, the positive high frequencies of love, of authenticity, and it's just pouring out of us, and people cannot help but be attracted to us because it's safe, and they instinctively want to grow their own flame. We have to be wary of people that might take the warmth of your flame, and as opposed to rekindle their own or make their own grow, they will start a wildfire. So you have to be an exemplary flamekeeper to give hope for society to change. It is a huge duty that we all need to partake in. Something that we need to be extremely mindful of, because only through being aware of this duty as a flamekeeper can people realize that what we're doing to society is taking away all the freedom. It's taken away all of our ability to live life as healthy as possible. Our health system is not great. Food is horrible for us unless you buy directly from a farmer or something like that. The education system is built in a way that makes us follow what everybody has been doing for years, and it's not the way forward anymore these days, because we're completely untrue to ourselves and who we are as beings. We are social, spiritual creatures. We're not supposed to be locked up in offices or whatever, doing some miserable work that's getting somebody richer, giving somebody perpetual happiness externally, whereas we all have everything that we already need within us. We just need to find it. And the flame keeper is exactly that. It's finding that flame within you and then being such an exemplary keeper that the flame rekindles and makes other flames bigger. It's a chain effect. It's a snowball effect. It's going to snowball out of control. And that is the shift in awareness and consciousness that we need in this life. That is exactly the shift that we need. And once that shift happens from you and me being an exemplary flame keeper, there's going to be a huge shift in society overall. It only starts from one person. And if I can help somebody else rekindle their flame, I will do my absolute best. And as long as one person is changed, I will be happy. I'll be content. I'm always happy and content, but I feel like it's a huge mission of mine. And I'm going to do my absolute best to spread that word, make everybody understand who they truly are deep within. We're all love, we're all authenticity. We're all God, if you want to call it that way. We're all the universe, we're all creation, we're all part of it. Without us, nothing would be observed. We're mediums for awareness and consciousness, so it can experience itself in perpetuity. We grow the collective consciousness by being aware of exactly that, of being a flame keeper. So be aware, you're keeping a flame, and that flame can change the world. Keep up the good work. I hope this video makes sense. I hope you're going to be a flame keeper and join us all in changing the world for the better. Let's spark that awakening that everybody has been talking about for so long. If you did enjoy the video, click like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's have a discussion underneath the video. Do you vibe with what I said? Do you do not vibe with what I said? Do you have maybe a different perspective towards who we are and our importance in cultivating consciousness and awareness? Regardless, let's have a discussion. I love having a conversation with you guys, regardless of if it agrees with me or not. It's just good to hear different perspectives. I'm a mindfulness and spirituality guide, and I have a free community that helps people achieve their full potential through mindfulness and spirituality. If that's something that you want to check out, if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you click on the link underneath this video in the description. The link's going to be there. It's completely free. Check it out. There's guided meditations, bi-weekly group sessions, daily affirmation guidance, and exclusive monthly content there based on your choice. I'll see you there. Make sure you check it out. This has been ailandas.sulcas from Productively Mindful. I love you all, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. I have to shoot off now. Goodbye. Love you. Bye.